Alright guys, you ready for today? I am out of spaghetti sauce. I usually make humongous batches of spaghetti sauce and then I can it later. This will be a spaghetti sauce with hamburger in it. Onions are going to be in it. I have red peppers in the refrigerator, so I'm going to use those up and throw those in. If I have some carrots in there, I think I do, I'm going to throw those in. But right now, I'm going to add a can of crushed tomatoes, 6-pound, 6-ounce can. I'm starting this now. This is Monday morning, at 9 o'clock or so, 9:16, if you see my clock. It's going to be cooking on the stove for at least 2-3 days before I even wind up canning it. I throw this in very gently without splashing everywhere. Get that in there. This is how I make my sauce. Others may vary. Do what you like. I've just started making this, I don't know, a couple years ago. My family likes it, I like it. Now I'm going to throw in a 6-pound, 9-ounce can of tomato sauce. I get these cans at my warehouse store for, oh, I don't know, under $10 anyway. I don't remember the price. I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough room in this pan, but I think I am. I'm going to add the second can of sauce. Make sure you wipe off your tops. Make sure they're not dusty. I'm getting dust in your food. I have 6 cats, so I try to keep the dust level down, cat fur level down. I just call it extra flavor, and if you happen to get a few kitty furs, most of the time I'm pretty good about keeping things tidy. A lot of Clorox cleaner going on. After this is cooking for a couple of days anyway, I will split some up. Like I said, I'll be canning some of it in the big canning jars, little canning jars. It's nice to have them all on handy in the pantry. And I'll also be making a few cans of chili. Okay, so to recap, we have 2 6-pound, 9-ounce cans of sauce and 1 can of crushed tomatoes, and that's a 6-pound, 6-ounce can. Let's turn it on to a medium heat for now just to get it going. Not putting no seasonings in right now. I'm going to let this come up to a simmer. Let it do its thing. And I'll be coming back and showing you some more stuff that I add into it. What I do. Okay, right now I am just pre-cutting all my veggies. I'm going to do 2 onions, 3 peppers. That's what I have left in the fridge. I want to use them up. And probably 4, maybe 5 carrots. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to play it by ear. And just, if it looks good to me, that's what I'll do. Like I said, this is just how I do it. Yours can go any way you want. This is just a general idea on how to make some spaghetti sauce and save yourself some money by making large batches. I've been canning now for 2 years. Stock up my pantry. You don't have to be perfect on your chops. If I'm all over the place, I'm describing what I'm doing on this video. Please bear with me. I'm going to be turning on and off that camera all day long. Ooh. Onions are making me cry. Watch your fingers. I may have to switch out pots by the time I add all these veggies and my hamburger. I might run out of room in that pot, the bigger pot. Put you on pause for a moment to wash my hands and my eyeballs. Right back. Okay, yeah, so silly me, you see those red peppers over there? I thought I hit the play button on the camera. Apparently I didn't. But you get the gist of it. Cut your peppers any way you want. I'm not doing another one. I did cut up 2 red peppers, carrots. Put as many as you want. This is, like I said, and I'm going to say it a lot more. Make this the way you think you want it to look like as far as veggies go too. I'm going to be making chili too, so I've never put carrots in my chili. We're going to have carrots in the chili this time. This is going to be a combo type sauce. This is going to be a sauce for all uses as far as pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce, chili. I don't make a bean chili. My family don't like beans in our chili. We just make an all meat chili. My chili this time is just going to be hamburger and steak and whatever veggies I have in here. Cut up your carrots the way I'm doing it. You can keep them in circles, whatever way you want. I'm cutting them up small because It's going to be a chili. Like I said, I'm not sure how my husband's going to feel about carrots in his chili. We'll see. They might cook down enough to where he might not even notice them. The sauce will be cooking again for about at least 2 full days, possibly 3, depending on when I get around to canning it. It's going to be sitting on the stove, doing its thing. So 1 carrot. I'm going to go do 2 more. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 garlic cloves that need to be peeled. 1. That's puny. 2. 3. Forgot a scan. There's only 5 small garlic cloves right now. There will be more being added throughout because I like garlic a lot. It's good. It's healthy for you. Smash it up. Quick chop. In with everybody else. This was simmering a minute ago. Let's see. It settled down now. Alright, I'm going to crank this back up to number 4 on my stove. Your stove may vary. Let's grab a wooden spoon. Use any stirring utensil you please. Put everybody into the pot. Carrot escape in the mouth. How are we doing? Can you see? Yeah, good. Good, good. Now, stir it up. Get your temperature up. Get this puppy simmering. And again, this is how I make my sauce. Other people make their sauces different ways. It's all a personal preference. If you want to follow my recipe, go for it. If you want to tweak my recipe, go ahead. I don't own this recipe. I'm not following nobody's recipe except for mine. Usually all my creations that I make, my family loves it. I do what I want in my kitchen. You do what you want in your kitchen. Now, I threw all the veggies in. I'm going to add, I cheat. I just use regular old Italian seasoned blend that I get from my warehouse store. I have a big container of it. And we're going to just start out by putting 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons for now. If I do add more, I will tell you if I added more. That way I can give you a general idea on what to add. Let's stir this up really good so all the seasonings get right in there. After I stir this up, I'm going to add a tablespoon of salt. And also probably 2 teaspoons of pepper to start. Don't go overboard on your pepper yet, because you can always add more pepper. It's hard to get rid of that peppery taste if you add too much, and then you have some people that will say, oh, it's too peppery. Tablespoon of salt, I find that that's a perfect starting point, especially for this much sauce. Alright, so what did I say? Salt, 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 salt. Grab your salt. Now I'm scaring you doing this right over the pot. Scaring myself. Anyway, tablespoon. I might even add red pepper flakes into this. I haven't decided yet. See how my mood changes. We'll see. Depending on how much the carrots and the red peppers sweeten this sauce up, I may add sugar to it. I'm hoping I'm not going to, though, because I'm trying to keep my carbs down, and I really don't want to add any more added sugar to this other than whatever natural sugars are in the veggies. Pepper I'm measuring over to the side. I don't know if you can see from over there. 1 teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. Alright, let's crank this puppy up. Let's get this simmering. Let's give it a taste first, see what's going on. That's good already. Little tangy. Tart, whatever you want to call it. Tangy, tart, sour. There we go. We'll put the word sour in there because everybody likes when I say words that don't have the R's in it, because sometimes I pronounce my R's, sometimes I don't. Just don't ask me to park the car in Harvard Yard. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Anywho, let's put the cover on this. Let this come up to a simmer. Actually, we'll get it up to a boil, and then once it gets to a boil, I'm going to throw it down to low and just let it hang out. and it's gonna hang out for a while because I still gotta add my hamburger to it later, and possibly some more garlic, more Italian seasonings, and all the good stuff. So I'll check back in a while. All right, so now it's 2:11 in the afternoon. This has been just sitting on low, and I did add another tablespoon of the Italian seasoning, and I also added a teaspoon of garlic powder instead of more garlic cloves. I did the garlic powder. I made my own garlic powder a while ago by drying them out in the oven and then grinding them up to a fine powder. And that's how I got my own garlic powder. I add some, a little bit of, I took my grinder of parsley flakes. My parsley grinder. I used that, and I don't know, I probably roughly about a quarter teaspoon of that, threw that in, stirred it up, tasted it. It has a very good flavor to it right now. Some people like a sweet sauce. I do. My husband doesn't, so I'm probably not going to add any sugars to this at all. When I do use it, when I make pasta or whatever, if I want to sweeten it up, then I'll just add a teaspoon or whatever of sugar to it. I'm going to let this cook for a while though, because I want to make sure my vegetables are all nice and cooked down. But this is a general spaghetti sauce that I make. Like I said, I will be adding hamburger to this. Probably not until tomorrow. But I do want to get this posted just to show you how it's a basic spaghetti sauce can be made in a big batch. And you can save some money that way. If you know how to can it up. You could put this in Ziploc freezer bags in a nice gallon-sized container of Ziploc bag. Put it in your freezer, freeze it, and you have spaghetti sauce to go. Boil it. I think you can actually boil it in a hot water bath. Let it thaw out and then heat it back up on the stove. I don't do it that way. I just take my jars and pour it in the saucepan and heat it up that way. I hope you like this recipe. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Thanks.